Arsenal preparing a stunning £100 million bid for a brilliant striker praised by Alan Shearer. And no, it's not Alexander Isak. Plus, a £124 million potential replacement for Martin Odegaard is on the radar, but the player's contract renewal threatens to derail the Gunners' plans. Will Arsenal miss out on this golden opportunity? And finally, tension rises as a midfield star suffers a fresh injury, raising concerns for Arteta and the fans. All this and more you can check out now with the top Arsenal news directly from Emirates Stadium, so make sure to like the video and check your subscription so you don't miss any updates. And without further ado, let's get started. Arsenal's Premier League title hopes could very well hinge on their ability to make key moves in the January transfer market with a new striker at the top of the agenda. Currently, the Gunners are trailing their title rivals, Liverpool, while Chelsea and Manchester City are also in the mix. Mikel Arteta has struggled to get his team playing free-flowing, attacking football lately, with very few chances being created to decide games. This has placed even more emphasis on set pieces, which have been crucial so far this season, but it also highlights the work that still needs to be done in the transfer market. One of the key moves Arsenal are reportedly focused on is securing a new striker, something they've been in desperate need of for the past few transfer windows. While no significant deals have materialized yet, the winter window is approaching, and the transfer links are already starting to pick up as Arsenal look to bolster their squad and keep their title challenge alive. Arsenal have been linked with a move for Alexander Isak, alongside other top strikers like Victor Gyökeres and Victor Osimhen. However, these three aren't the only names on Arsenal's radar heading into January. Recent reports have revealed that another Premier League star is also being closely monitored. According to Caught Offside, Arsenal are among several clubs keeping an eye on Brighton's João Pedro. The report suggests that the Gunners are not alone in their interest, with title rivals Liverpool and Manchester City also reportedly looking at the Brazilian forward as a potential addition to their squads. Arsenal, alongside Liverpool, are reportedly preparing an offer in the range of 55 to 65 million euros. 45.7 million, 54 million for Brighton's João Pedro. However, TBR Football has stated that Brighton has set a hefty £100 million price tag for the Brazilian striker's departure. The report also suggests that Chelsea, PSG, and Bayern Munich could be in the running for Pedro, making this a highly competitive race. Whether Arsenal's offer will be enough to sway Pedro's move remains to be seen, but the lure of Champions League football could be a tempting factor for the player. For Arsenal, securing Pedro could be a crucial signing to bolster their title challenge this season, improving their squad while potentially dealing a blow to title rivals like Liverpool. What Alan Shearer has said about João Pedro. There are few who know quite as much about goal scoring as Alan Shearer, with the former Premier League striker giving his glowing endorsement of Pedro earlier this season. Speaking on BBC's Match of the Day in late November, following Brighton's victory over Bournemouth, Shearer said, "This for me is a brilliant center-forward goal from João Pedro. The way he follows it up, and he is expecting the rebound to get there. He reacts before anyone else does, and then he gets his reward. His hold-up play was superb at times when he had to keep hold of the ball and bring his teammates into play. It's all the attributes Arsenal require of a center forward in their current system, though there are plenty of options available. Whether it's Isak or Gyökeres, Osimhen or Pedro, there is a real dilemma over which big money move could secure the Gunners a move closer to the Premier League title. £124 million Arsenal transfer target who could replace Martin Odegaard faces fresh contract decision. Arsenal face some crucial transfer windows ahead, ones that could determine whether they can consistently compete at the top of the Premier League. This season, the Gunners have struggled to break down opposition teams, with Mikel Arteta struggling to find a formula that consistently earns points. While set pieces have been a bright spot for Arsenal, the reality is they need to create far more from open play. A lot of that creative burden has fallen on Martin Odegaard, but even the Arsenal captain has struggled to maintain the same impact, especially in front of goal. Odegaard dealt with injury concerns early in the season, and while he's had some flashes of brilliance, his influence has faded in recent games. With growing questions about Odegaard's consistency, the latest transfer links might raise doubts about his role as the primary creator for the team moving forward. Florian Wirtz has emerged as a transfer target for Arsenal, with the Bayer Leverkusen star continuing to impress in the Bundesliga. As the German international approaches the final 2 years of his contract, rumors have been swirling about a potential move away. say, Wirtz has been linked with some of Europe's biggest clubs, including Bayern Munich, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, and Real Madrid following his standout performances. However, his rise has also come with a hefty price tag. According to Kicker, it would take 150 million euros, 124.4 million, to secure Wirtz's signature, plus a massive salary. Bayer Leverkusen are reportedly preparing to offer the attacking midfielder a new deal that could match his demands, making a transfer even less likely. The decision regarding his future doesn't seem directly tied to the future of Xabi Alonso, despite the manager being linked with multiple top jobs. Given the eye-watering price and salary involved, a move for Wirtz appears improbable at this stage, but a new contract with Leverkusen could confirm his commitment for the foreseeable future. Florian Wirtz and Martin Odegaard stats compared. Should Wirtz somehow join Arsenal, he would likely take Odegaard's position in the team, potentially pushing the club captain deeper in the midfield for the build-up phases. The raw stats paint an interesting picture of their ability and output since the pair made their way onto the big stage. Their output is relatively similar in their domestic leagues, though Wirtz has a few more assists to his name so far. Whether that move from the Bundesliga to the Premier League would justify such a huge transfer fee and risk remains to be seen though, not least with Odegaard's similar output and status. The Gunners may have to find a different way to unlock their players rather than throwing £124 million at a risky deal. Arsenal handed new Declan Rice injury worry as Raheem Sterling snub addressed by Mikel Arteta. Arsenal's struggles continued as they were forced to settle for just 1 point against Everton. After a 1-1 draw with Fulham, the Gunners once again failed to capitalize on Liverpool dropping points. Mikel Arteta's side played out a frustrating 0-0 draw with Everton at the Emirates, leaving Arsenal fans visibly upset with the result. With this latest stalemate, the Gunners have already surpassed the number of draws they recorded throughout the entire 2023/24 season, highlighting the ongoing challenges in their lackluster Premier League campaign. It was a tedious afternoon for the Gunners, with frustration mounting for more reasons than just their level of performance. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta made some surprising substitutions, particularly in the 60th minute when he withdrew both Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. While Arteta explained that Odegaard's substitution was purely tactical, there was a more concerning reason behind Rice's early exit. He's been carrying a little niggle for the last week or so, and he asked to be taken off, Arteta explained in his post-match press conference. It seems like it's a case of one player in and one player out for Arsenal at the moment, though there was a slight boost with Gabriel Magalhaes returning to action against Everton. Rice, who played with a broken foot earlier in the season against Chelsea, might now be struggling with either a new injury or a lingering issue that forced him off the pitch. Rice's injury is just the latest blow for Arsenal, adding to the sense of frustration and deflation after an uninspiring performance at the Emirates. As reported by BBC Sport, prior to the Everton match, Arsenal ranked 4th in the Premier League for injuries this season. Only Tottenham, Brighton, and Ipswich have had more players sidelined, reflecting Arteta's ongoing struggles to field a full-strength team. However, injuries alone can't explain the lack of spark evident on the pitch during matchday 16. It's clear that Arteta has more than just key absences to address, as the team's overall lack of excitement and creativity continues to raise concerns. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.